If you guys thought the week 1 recap was long, then I have bad news for you. The week 2 recap is about to be just as long, maybe even longer. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Foosball here, coming to you with our week 2 recap in the HFL. Before we get started, I need to go over some waiver pickups that were made for week 1, starting with Isaiah Likely picked up by Squidward Tortellini for $95. The fab total is $100. He spent $95 on Isaiah Likely. Another pickup was Demarcus Robinson, picked up by the manager. That was $28. Alan Lazard, the Lizard King from Intimidation Infinite XX for $22. And our last major pickup off the waivers was Tyler Johnson for $15 from Fink. Now that we have the waiver pickups for week 1 out of the way, let's talk about our week 2 recap, beginning with our fantasy player of the week. That goes to Alvin Kamara. He absolutely went insane. We will talk about his game later on. Our kicker of the week goes to Kaimi Fairbairn. Fuck that guy. And our defense of the week goes to the Houston Texans. Let's talk about our first matchup of week 2. Brees Company and Sosa Jeff. Some notables of this matchup is Cooper Kupp goes down with an injury, and Kaimi Fairbairn, our kicker of the week, absolutely balls out to secure the dub for Zach, aka Sosa Jeff. He wins with 146.78 points to Brees Company's 128.14. Devon Achane starts the week off strong for him with 26 points. CeeDee Lamb, 4 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown as the Saints get blown out. As the Cowboys get blown out by the Saints. That was a weird sentence. J.K. Dobbins, 20.6 points, and Kaimi Fairbairn, 22.5 points. On the losing side, we have Breece Hall with 20.9 points. Cooper Kupp with 5.7. He leaves with the ankle injury. Malik Neighbors against the Commanders, 24.7 points. And Chris Godwin against the Lions with 22.2 points. This victory gives Sosa Jeff a 2-0 start to the season. Brees Company is 1-1. Our second matchup of the week is going to be Cleary versus Joe. And in this matchup, we have our team of the week, Just My, with the highest point total of 159.54 points to Mr. Miami's 75.8 points. So for our team of the week, we have Kyler Murray, 28.54, Josh Jacobs 14.1, Brian Robinson 15.1, JJ leaves with injury, but he puts up 22.3. Rashee Rice with 16. Kincaid 5.3. Marvin Harrison Jr. absolute breakout after the terrible week 1 performance. 28 points. Crazy stat line. Scary Terry with a 5.2. Houston D, our defense of the week, with 16 points. And Harrison Butker with 9 points. This is a nice bounce back game for Cleary. Unfortunately, on the other side for Mr. Miami, we have a lot of injuries to talk about. We have Tua, just got announced he's going to be on IR. He put up 5.5 points. He had another concussion in the Thursday night game. White, another injury for him. Debo, also injured. AJ Brown and Addison didn't play this week with injuries. So yeah, we have a lot of injuries throughout the entire league, and unfortunately, Joe's team is just really getting hit by the bug early on. Any notables from him? Nothing really too crazy. Justin Tucker, 13.2. Alec Pierce, 14. Debo put up 15 before getting injured. And the third matchup of the week is Fink versus Boston. But hold up, I forgot to mention after our week 1 waiver report, there was a trade that happened. Sosa Jefferson gives up Zay Flowers to Fink. Fink gives Sosa Jefferson, Tyler Johnson, Puka Nacua, and DeAndre Swift for Zay Flowers. Before the week began, this happened on Saturday. Some of these players got inserted into the lineup, and for Fink, Zay Flowers comes through for him. He gets the victory 106.66 to Boston. Commissions 101.52. Jake Elliott and Saquon on Monday night get the win for Fink. Saquon puts up 15.6 points. Zay Flowers, the new acquisition, puts up 18.6. Kittle with a 17.1, even though the Dallas defense put up a donut. On the other side, Joe Burrow starting to heat up a little bit, 17.22 points. Trey McBride with a 15.7 piece. JSN with 18.7. Oh man, I really need the records. I think Fink is 2-0 and Boston is now 0-2 on the season. We'll confirm that later on. Our fourth matchup of the week is going to be Barty versus David. In this matchup, Pacheco leaves with an injury and David, our duck of the week. So talking about Lombardi's team first, Pacheco goes on IR, announced already. He dropped 13.6. James Cook absolutely cooked to start the week for Lombardi with 28 points. Amon-Ra with 18.4. He leaves a little banged up. Hopefully he is okay. On the other side, for the manager, our duck of the week, he put up 74.9 points. CJ Stroud 14.3. Bijan 14.2, Zach Moss 5.2, Olave 10.8, Laporta 2.3, McConkey 3.6, Demarcus Robinson 6.0, Chargers defense 11, and with 3.9. Lombardi getting the easy win, 113.16 to 74.9 points. In our fifth matchup of the week, it is Gabe versus JP. In this matchup, we still have not seen T. Higgins. There's no Kenneth Walker, and there's no Jordan Love. Here we have JP getting the victory, 108.18 to Hairline Avengers, 101.14. Pretty close matchup. For Gabe, Jahmyr Gibbs with 14.1. ETN with 13.3, Devontae Smith with 17.1, Ramondre with 16 points. And for Tortellini, we have James Conner with 19.9, Monty Mole with 15, Devontae Adams with 22.5, Tyreek Hill dropping a somewhat stinky 5.1 for him, but it's still enough for JP to get the victory. Our sixth and final matchup, also our game of the week, is Frank versus JD. It's a classic rivalry match very early in the year. They will play each other again later on. In this matchup, Keenan Allen does not play. There's no Jake Ferguson. He's injured. Jalen Hurts and Drake London on Monday Night Football secured the dub for JD. JD drops 143.62 points. Frank drops 133.96. For Frank, Josh Allen has an uncharacteristic 9.76 as he doesn't have to do much against the Dolphins. Jonathan Taylor 15.5, Devin Singletary 14, DK 24.9, Ridley 22.7, Brandon Aubrey 18.8, and for JD, like I said, Jalen Hurts on Monday night 23.82 points. It goes down to the wire. Alvin Kamara, our fantasy player of the week, with 44 fucking points. Absurd. 115 yards, 4 total touchdowns. Nico Collins, 24.5 points. Keon Coleman drops a donut. Brock Bowers looking like a great pickup for JD, 14.3. Drake London, late game touchdown, 14.4 points. As today is Wednesday, there were some waiver pickups that occurred this morning that I want to highlight now. So next week's recap isn't as long as this one was. So the only notable major pickups is $54 for Kareem Hunt by JD, $15 for Carson Steele by Lombardi, and $31 for Quentin Johnston, also by Lombardi. We're going to pull up the records right now, which I currently don't have, so I can't really speak on them. It's still very early in the season. No need to start panicking, even though some people are. Trades are being talked about. Waiver bags are being thrown. I look forward to meeting with you guys again for the week 3 recap. Hopefully, it won't be as long as the last 2 have been. That just means there's a lot of action happening in the HFL right now, and I'm more than happy to keep you guys updated on what's going on. I just want to thank you guys for watching another recap. My name is Jimmy Foosball. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys next week for the week 3 recap. Peace.